The dangers of social media are well documented, from feelings of depression to anxiety. It can all have negative impacts on our health.
And those risks are greater for young kids and teens, and that is why Australia, they are banning them for people under 16. So joining us now to talk all about the pros and cons of something like this is our 9 News parenting expert, Dr. Cheryl Ziegler. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is such an important topic. Why do you think they picked the cutoff age of 16?
Yeah, this 16 seems to be the age that researchers, scientists have agreed is when the adolescent brain is more developed, better able to make discernments around how long to be on there, getting sort of lost in the scrolling, and also just the time at which you enter. If we could really prevent kids from entering social media till 16, it would be so different, because those ages from 10 to 16, when their brain is really still forming and developing, and it is at 16 still, but it's just so sensitive to feedback, to criticism, to appearance, to looks, to what you're supposed to be doing. So if you could, if we could truly even hold it off till 13 or 14, that would be great. But 16 is really this sort of golden mark. And so people are really excited about this Australia piece.
I think it is absolutely amazing, because what I think about all the time, because I have 2 young girls, and when they get there, imagine being in high school with social media.
Even
imagine
middle
being
school.
in college
Yep.
with middle school. I mean, I cannot fathom. And it's what our kids deal with every day.
Every day I say it to my own kids. I have 2 teenagers. I just say, I could never have done this. This would have been so bad for me in every way, right? Everything from who's having a party, who had this and didn't invite me, who's getting together, like all of that stuff. And then all the messages, it was bad enough. Maybe when we were younger, we had little places we got messages about beauty or body ideals, but self-esteem, anxiety, depression, eating disorders. These are the kinds of things I really want people to understand that have driven not just our country. Our countries, we're trying to get there. We're trying, but we're nowhere near this. But Australia and a few other European countries are going to do this, and we need to watch closely. I don't know if this has been news for about, a week, about 5 or 6 days or so, and it's just taken off. Like, people are so like, what's gonna happen? And how are they gonna regulate? There's a lot of questions, right? How are they gonna regulate this? Because technically, let me remind everybody, in this country, you are supposed to be 13 to have a social media account. So it is not to say that there aren't any guidelines here. There are, but we just know it's so easy for people to get around. Parents are really permissive around it. They feel like it's out of their control. So just for context, if you're listening and you have a younger kid, what I would say to you is, at the very least, adhere to 13. Try it. Please do it. Any year that you could prolong, you are helping your child. You are doing a service for them. So we're not in the United States at 16 yet, but we are at 13. Let's try to adhere by that.
Right. And I really do hope that, and I know people are going to say, Sam, this is a slippery slope, or it's an infringement on their free speech, but they're children. And we have the data out there that shows that they are more likely to attempt suicide. They're more likely to have depression and anxiety, like you spoke to earlier. So what are we really doing to protect our children? I mean, it's not working right now. You see how many kids are being bullied online or even groomed for sex trafficking. Let's call it what it is.
Right.
So to me, it's way too harmful.
Absolutely. I mean, there's, like, as you start saying those, I'm like, oh yeah, so let's not forget ADHD, their poor attention, the fact that they're not learning in classes because they literally have their phones or an iPad that sort of serves as a phone with them at all times. It's as far reaching as it possibly gets. It impacts sleep, and it impacts all of these areas in ways that we are measuring. And even if there was no research on the planet, if you just have a child who has a device and social media, you see it for yourself. You don't even need big studies, but we've got them now. But you don't even need that. You see your kid, their personality gets lost. They don't eat as well. They aren't as physically active. So this is really huge. I just think the thing is, I do want to point out there are some pros. And even Australia put that out there. Are there pros to social media? Yes. All of us experience them too. You do have connection with people you might not otherwise have. You do have access to people who are giving out really good advice or are great role models. It is a way for, if you could limit it, to just sort of relax and just look at something. You want to look at flowers, you want to look at shoes, whatever it is you want to look at. So it's not to say this is evil. It's not that it's evil in and of itself. It's the amount of time and the way that these algorithms are made to be addictive that's the concern. And that's what's made a country like Australia say, we're going to do this and we are going to lead and we're going to show the world how to do it. And we're probably going to learn a lot from them. Other countries and other states have learned from us, things like legalization of marijuana. So people learn from us. We're going to learn from them. It's probably going to have a lot of obstacles, but we're going to get there. And it's really exciting.
Yep, we're certainly watching.
Yes.
Dr. Ziegler, thank you.